always a good thing to stop, enjoy the natural environment, take a deep breath, and be grateful that you have completed another week. Hey, it's Friday and you're watching Jamaica Magazine. In today's show, the journey to PEP. So don't go anywhere.
What you want, Jay?
No, go to general, no school, no work, no nothing.
Yeah. Check this out. Maybe it can help you. There's some I go.
Are you between 18 and 24? Have you dropped out of school to look for work? Improve your chances by joining the National Service Corps. We will get you trained and certified and give you the start you need. This program has been designed to equip you with the core skills and support to succeed in the world of work. Grab your opportunity now. Apply for the National Service Corps program. Get trained, get certified, get ready for work. For more information, contact a Heart Trust NTA or National Youth Service Office.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, August 10. Prime Minister Andrew Holness now has oversight responsibility for science and technology for at least 2 weeks while he reviews the board's systems and procedures.
A useful measure because it has given me the opportunity to delve deeply into the operations of some of our bureaucratic structures.
The Prime Minister's oversight took effect on Wednesday and became necessary after the former minister, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, stepped away from the portfolio less than 2 weeks ago. The energy portfolio, which Dr. Wheatley also previously held, will remain at the office of the Prime Minister. Mr. Holness is this week meeting with the board members of entities under the energy, science and technology portfolios, including the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica.
In bringing it into the office of the Prime Minister, the first task is to reassure the public that from a governance perspective, the organization is sound, that TCJ is sound, that there are no issues there that are likely to come to public attention.
Jamaica is among a group of 26 countries taking part in a project to make the Caribbean the world's first climate-smart zone by the year 2040. This is being facilitated by Thursday's launch of a climate-smart accelerator. The accelerator, which covers 40 private and public sector partners across the region, is a business engine that aims to fast-track priority initiatives using climate-smart technology. Over the next 5 years, the accelerator will ensure that investments are channeled into clean energy, building resilience and climate-smart cities, as well as healthy oceans.
We welcome all partners, technology companies, investors, agricultural companies, in fact, anyone who wants to join in creating a better Caribbean community and economy.
The Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, will be investing $3 million over 3 years, starting with $1.5 million this year as startup funds for the accelerator. The IDB will also make $1 billion available to accelerator partners for climate-smart investments. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has directed the Government Electrical Inspectorate, GEI, to institute a policy by year's end to fast-track building approvals. Jamaica currently ranks 91 on the Ease of Doing Business Index for the delivery of electrical services to new applicants. Mr. Holness says this will change when the GEI implements a policy that makes provision to contract private electricians for inspection of installations. Though drafted in 2015, the policy was never fully implemented.
It is simple decisions like these which helps us to move up on the index. And it is not just a matter of trying for bragging rights that we have moved up on the index, but it is a real thing if we are able to give approvals for electrical installations quickly.
The Prime Minister was speaking at Thursday's opening of the Inter-American Development Bank's country office in Jamaica. Designed, constructed, and managed by local experts, the building meets leadership in energy and environmental design standards. There are no current plans to increase bus fares, says Transport and Mining Minister Robert Montego. The minister told reporters at the Halfway Tree Transport Center on Wednesday that the recent increase in gas prices would not affect public transportation fares.
I know that the Ministry of Energy is moving to treat with the current fuel situation. The current acting Minister of Energy, I know he has asked for a review of the calculation of the formula. And we await that, and we ask persons for patience.
Mr. Montego says the JUTC is currently experimenting with the use of liquid natural gas to reduce the amount of oil and offset the company's gas expense. Still with the Transport Minister, he is scheduled to have discussions with the Finance Ministry about gas prices faced by truckers. This follows a meeting with members of the Port Trailer Haulage Association and the All Island Truckers Association recently. Minister Montego heard the concerns of the Haulage and Truckers Associations about the increase in petrol prices. They lamented that delivery payment rates had not been changed in 2 to 3 years and complained about increasing costs for the ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel which they are required to use. Mr. Montego raised the prospect of using liquid natural gas as an alternative. And finally, Agriculture Minister Audley Shaw says the Essex Valley Irrigation Project should start within the next 3 months. The $6 billion project will provide access to water for 700 farmers on 1,700 acres of land in the St. Elizabeth area. It will allow for increased agricultural production for the local and international markets. Minister Shaw made the announcement during the recent Denbigh Agricultural Show.
In addition to this infrastructure, the project will also target enhanced agricultural production, marketing facilities, and systems which will include the design and construction of an administrative building, packing house, and global gap facilities with the ability to accessible infrastructure in support of compliance with global gap certification.
The Essex Valley development is being funded through a grant from the United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
There's a lot more to Jamaica than just what meets the eye. I had always loved art. It was my first love. It set me free. I did some artwork for the Half Moon Hotel. And shortly after, 14 guests showed up at my gate thinking I had a gallery up here. And that gave me the idea that I need to have a gallery. And so the guests would come up, they see the garden, ask if they could go for a walk, but everybody came back saying, we should make something of it. It was inspiring, they described it in many ways.
When they come here, we give each guest a welcome and a little history about the place before they take the tour. There's one word that they repeat over and over again. Love. They feel love in this place.
One guest we had in the early years was from Germany. And he said, you know, I spent 5 days on the beach looking up in these hills. I just wondered what was life like up there. And he found us. People who travel want to experience. And this is what we try to offer, an experience.
Every guest that leaves this place said, I came here as a guest and I felt like family.
Yeah.
Come to Jamaica and be your family.
We all have a story to tell. Mine is just one of millions that are out there. And they're all good.
I said be careful what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you saying to my sister. She could be the next Prime Minister.
Children in Jamaica constitute anyone who is under the age of 18 years. And so once you have a child who is under your care and supervision, we encourage you at the Office of the Children's Advocate to always know where your children are. It doesn't mean that you have to be there with them, but you certainly know who they're with, where they're going and the purpose for being there. This is a key component in helping to establish some rules in terms of some ground rules and helping to guide your children towards responsible and sensible choices, and also assisting you if something were to go wrong to know what is the first point of contact to assist your child. While you're not to look at everybody as a potential suspect, that you need to be very wary of adults, whether they're in positions of authority or not, that seek to want to have a very close relationship with your child. Somebody who wants to invite your child on an outing and it's just that adult and your child alone. Somebody who wants to take your child to a very special event to reward the child, perhaps for some performance that the child would have done in an extracurricular activity or for academic excellence. We encourage you to look at these situations very carefully and to determine whether or not it's an appropriate meeting or outing that this person is propositioning for your child. If you're enrolling your child in a daycare, ensure that you know something about the track record of that daycare. Ensure that the daycare has what we call an open door policy, which allows you to go in, see what's happening, observe how the workers there interact with the children, and know some of the ground rules that guide these interactions. If they're going on outings, whether it be school trips or otherwise, ensure that at some point, even if you can't go to all, you do attend some of them, so you get yourself integrated into the system and the culture of the school. For these tips, and of course any other information that deals with children, that is anyone under 18 years, please feel free to contact the Office of the Children's Advocate. We're at 72 Harbour Street, downtown Kingston, and our numbers are 948-1134, or website www.oca.gov.jm.
Watch what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you saying to me, sister, cause she could be the next Prime Minister.
You're watching Jamaica Magazine.
Before going on break, the St. George's Girls Primary and Infant School teamed up with us at JIS to host a reading fair. Speakers talked about the importance of reading, while our team and the Georges students put our noses in the fun books on offer. Who knew that reading could be so much fun?
Readers are leaders. Can you say that with me? Readers are...
National Reading Week 2018 saw the JIS partnering with the St. George's Girls Primary and Infant School in showcasing their inaugural reading fair.
This is St. George's Girls Primary and Infant School, the only all-girls primary school within Jamaica. We are focusing mainly on students from infant and the lower primary level. And I believe that if you can catch the children in the foundation years, you will catch them for life. Read your Bible, pray every day, you will grow, grow, grow. And so for a reason like that, I would not want to keep an exhibition like this to ourselves. We want to spread it to our neighboring schools like St. Joseph Infant, Aloysius Primary, and Tivoli High, for them to come and be a part of this project.
The fair boasted a number of activities coined in such a way that the little ones and the big ones too would find reading fun and exciting.
What is happening now is that a lot of children don't like to read anymore. And so when we're able to venture out into something like this, it's always a wonderful opportunity. Also, we have different persons coming in to read to the girls. We have the Jamaica Reading Association, we have persons from the Heritage Trust, and we also have persons from JIS. After that, the girls come down and they participate by purchasing books.
Now, our theme that we are using for this year in the Jamaica Reading Association, as you have it put up here, build a sustainable future through literacy.
I believe it is an opportune time, it is relevant, because with this technological age where the gadgets do all the reading for them, they are not into the book reading. So we decided that we would have this reading fair, and it's the first of its kind in this institution. When persons are able to read, to evaluate, to synthesize, to put together the information, we'll find that we will accomplish sustainable growth that way when our persons are literate, and particularly our students, because they are the future for tomorrow.
Look at this nice eye. You want to have an eagle eye? Yeah, pretty eye, don't it? Yeah, imagine me with an eagle eye. Yeah. You look pretty with an eagle eye. Now, guess what an eagle eye can do?
The JIS decided to participate in the event because of the importance literacy plays in the development of a nation.
Anything to do with national development is a big plus for the JIS. Today we were able to mount a booth through which we shared magazine, pamphlets, books with resources about Jamaica.
Working hard to guide these little ones in reading are our teachers.
Sometimes I might give them a question and they have to go to the library to find that question. Some days I might ask about a particular book that I know is in the library, and I give an award to the girl who is able to answer the question because she must have read it to answer the question. We also have Drop Everything and Read every afternoon after lunch.
Parents must also do their part to help their children become excellent readers.
I think parents themselves must be readers, so their children should see them reading, and not just reading just one particular material, but a variety of materials, so that they know that reading is not just a book. And secondly, parents must not allow the students to think that reading is a chore. You know, like sometimes when they're doing something bad and the parents say, go take up your book. No, it should be something fun. So they should find fun ways to read together with the children and read to them sometimes as well, so that they can find something to emulate. And also, they can make sure that they are a part of a library, so that if they are not able to provide as many of the variety of books that they need, they can do so at the library.
What is the name of the book you guys read today?
What if you had animal eyes?
What's your favorite eye?
My favorite eye was the leopard eye. I have the eye that I used to see in the dark. I like the dragon eye. I like the leopard's eye and the fish eye.
I believe the day has gone successfully, and we will now make it an annual thing because we really want to stimulate the interest of the students. We want them to see the importance of reading, to want to read, and ultimately to make reading a hobby.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the hyping. You think I saw we reach a the aging. I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican can.
For those students who are heading to grades 4, 5, or 6 this academic year, the thought of preparing to sit the primary exit profile PEP may be a little bit daunting. But don't worry, the Ministry of Education has been taking steps to ensure that you and your parents are prepared for when the new examination is rolled out. Here's how.
The Grade 6 Achievement Test has finished its course, and the time has come for the primary exit profile to start its journey.
PEP is the acronym for the Primary Exit Profile, and it is the new exam that will replace the current Grade 6 Achievement Test. It's a better test. I don't think people need to be afraid of it. It is far more student-friendly. It is designed that instead of being a one-shot exam, it will be assessment over a 3-year period. And important that the final set of assessment will only now be on the Grade 6 curriculum. So we think it's a much better assessment to better prepare our students for high schools.
PEP is closely aligned to the new National Standards curriculum that is being implemented to equip students with 21st century skills.
The primary exit profile, PEP, has 3 components. We have the performance task, and we have the ability test and the curriculum-based test. The performance task, this is an activity that will be given to the students. It is an activity that is based on the curriculum at the different grades. Whether if the performance task is at grade 4, it will be based on the grade 4 curriculum. This task will look at putting the children into a real-world scenario where they are asked to respond based on the content that they would have gained from being exposed to the national standards curriculum to respond to an activity in a scenario. The ability test looks at verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning. It's not curriculum based, meaning that it's not based on the curriculum at grade 4, 5 and 6. So students in responding to these items will not need content knowledge at the grade 4, 5 and 6 level. The curriculum based test, this will be based on the grade 6 curriculum. It will be in social studies, science, mathematics and language arts. Unlike GSAT, it has multiple choice items along with other item types. So you will have the multiple choice with explanation, you will have matching, order matching, you will have table grade, a different variety of item types. We are advanced in our preparation for PEP administration. We start with our mock tests. Come June, we'll have our grade 4 students as well as our grade 5 students doing mock performance tasks. The grade 4 students, they will do their performance task in language arts and mathematics. Our grade 5 students will do our performance task in language arts, mathematics, social studies and science.
Okay, good job, good job.
In our preparation, we have also trained our grade 4 teachers, our grade 5 teachers. They have also been trained in how to assess the curriculum at the classroom level. We will be training those same group of teachers, the grade 4 and 5 teachers, in May in administering the performance task, because there is a section on the performance task that requires the teacher, the classroom teacher, to do a series of activities to prepare the students, to make them feel comfortable going into doing their own task the following day.
The trainings that were done were really great. It had us as teachers being very active. We would have received material that would help us to make or develop assessment questions that would assist our children and even us as teachers to get the practice in how we go forward into developing assessment activities and teaching our children to be really critical thinkers when we are teaching and assessing them.
We're excited about the move to PEP because this is what the society needs. The national standards curriculum, which PEP is designed on, is creating students that are globally competitive.
This will not just have the children looking at knowledge alone, but it will have them engage, actively engage. And so the skills that we will be developing in them will take them far and wide globally, because these skills are really needed wherever they go.
I say be careful what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you saying to my sister. She could be the next Prime Minister.
Sexual abuse is always a very difficult thing to confront, particularly when the alleged victim is a child. Parents, if it is that you suspect that your child has been sexually abused, or is in a vulnerable set of circumstances where an abuse may occur, we encourage you to have dialogue with your child. Take the child to the pediatrician who normally attends to the child. If there is no such pediatrician, take your child to the clinic, to the hospital, to some medical practitioner who can do an assessment for you. It's very important as well that we don't just look at the physical side, but we also seek to find the kind of psychosocial support that a child may need. Does the child need a session with a counselor? Does the child need to speak with a pastor who is used to dealing with these issues? Does the child need to get that ongoing psychological support to assist with the healing process and also to assist the child in becoming strong enough, as it were, to deal with the various processes that will follow once it is that you suspect an abuse has occurred. If it is that the child actually discloses, when you engage the child in discussion, that yes, mommy and daddy, I was abused, we encourage you to entertain the child, to listen to what the child has to say to you, and to take it very seriously. So we really urge you to have those discussions and to seek guidance in terms of, do I speak to the police about this, which we always say you have to, because once a child has been sexually abused, it's a criminal matter, and it means that once at all possible, the child should be assisted to go through the processes so that the perpetrator can in fact be held accountable. Support your child and let them understand in very clear terms that they are not the cause or the reason for this abuse having been perpetrated. But the most important element is to support them, get them access to the services that they need, and give them a chance to have you give them that listening ear. For these tips and of course any other information that deals with children, that is anyone under 18 years, please feel free to contact the Office of the Children's Advocate. We're at 72 Harbour Street, downtown Kingston, and our numbers are 948-1134, or website www.oca.gov.jm. Thank you.
Watch what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you're saying to me, sister, 'cause she could be the next Prime Minister.
'Cause I was born here, and I was raised here. Sunshine Jamaica, my blessed Jamaica, mighty one, oh, bless our land always, for strength and no vigor, with love and no courage, oh yeah. So let's remind ourselves and tell the world hello, hello, I'm a Jamaican, we are Jamaicans.
And this is where we close off our pages for today. We do hope it was an inspiring show. Please let us know how you feel. Email us at jamaicamagazine@gis.gov.jm or send us a message on any of our social media sites. And while you're at it, visit our website at gis.gov.jm for more information on these inspiring stories. Until next time, I'm Audrey Williams. Have a great weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.